So let me guess your problem. You have no experience. You want to learn how to program. You've been trying to program for weeks. You're not making progress. It's hard. You're struggling. You're just not grasping it, and you're getting frustrated. And you're trying to find out what to do. You even doubting yourself on if you can do it. You're not a real programmer. Am I making the right decision here? Well, I'm going to tell you this. Regardless of who you are, what you are, you can make this happen. And I'll get into the details in this video. Let me explain. Like we always do, guys, we got 3 things we're going to discuss today on how you can get started with Python programming with no experience, and it's not going to be a problem for you, and you can really hit the ground running even if you don't have no experience. So I made some points, so I make sure I cover this for you guys. And all of these solutions have one thing in common, guys, and what that thing is you start small and with a low code solution. Yes, that's right, low code solutions. A lot of you guys jump right into stuff and just trying to learn everything and too much. So we're gonna take that strategy and get you comfortable, get you at a pace that you like. You're making progress, you're making money, everything's good. So number 1, guys, like we were discussing before, start with the fundamentals, guys. Know what an array is, know what a variable is, just those top 5 or 10 concepts. What's an if statement? Things like that. You go type in fundamentals of programming, you're gonna actually see those fundamentals. If you already got 7-step guide, we talk about that in our step number 2 in our 7-step guide, links below to that. But at the end of the day, guys, you got to learn your fundamentals. If you can understand the programming fundamentals, regardless of what programming language you learn, the fundamentals are the same. The syntax is different, the approaches are different, but the approach is the same. Array is the same. Array is the same in Python, C, C++, whatever the programming language is. The array is the same thing. So let's start with the fundamentals and start small with just the core, guys, and nothing more. And then that's where you're gonna really put yourself in the actual position to win. So before we get into number 2, guys, share your experience, what you're struggling with, what kind of background you got, and you're trying to get into programming. I know a lot of you guys are probably teachers, stay-at-home moms, dispatchers, general business degrees, and you like the idea of programming, the flexibility, the salary, extra, etc. Share your experience below, and so that we can have a conversation, guys. So number 2, guys, learn how to read code before you get too far into writing code. You will learn so much just by reviewing existing code. How do you review existing code? Just go to a basic program like a web page or something like that. View source in Google. Don't get a large web page like I was talking about. Start small, little small project. Just read the code. Find out what the elements are. Find out what the code is doing. And you're gonna start picking up on patterns. Oh, they organize this class like this. Oh, this is when they use a variable. Oh, this has to be strongly typed. You start to see those patterns even though you're not actually writing the code. So when you start writing the code, it's going to be natural to you to start to organize your code properly. And again, start with a small application, some hello world or something like that. See what the objects are. I love to look at web forms, because once you learn how to do web forms and pull and push data to a database, that's where you're gonna be, guys. That's where your bread and butter is gonna be, in those CRUD apps, and you're gonna actually learn how to actually write code and put yourself in a position to be a solid developer. Again, we're not talking about greatness, guys. We're just talking about the whole goal to be a successful programmer is to do exactly what the company needs to actually get started, guys, and really put yourself in that position to be a serviceable developer. And again, you guys may think, hey, serviceable, I want to be better than that. You're gonna be better than that, because at the end of the day, you're gonna do exactly what that company needs to be successful and to build on your program. Start with those low code solutions. Start with once you learn the fundamentals, you're gonna put yourself in a position to actually really position yourself for success. And you may say, right, why you keep saying all this stuff? This is a lot of stuff. I just need a way so I can just focus on just what I need to get a job. And that's where my 7-step guide come in, guys. Links below to that. Go check that out. We give you, and that's the difference between my program and everybody else. I give you specifically what you need, and it's free, so that you can kind of get a general idea on what you need to do and all that stuff. And then once you try it out, 7-step guide, we have a 30-day developer course for you guys as well. It's going to put you in a position to learn specifically what you need to get a job, how do you find a job, what jobs to apply for, what your resume is supposed to look like, and much more, guys. So go ahead and check that out in the description box so that you can guys get that. And if you already signed up for a 7-step guide, go ahead and enroll in the 30-day developer course so that we can get you guys started. Links below. Last but not least, guys, number 3 is going to be learn the business application and the business process. A lot of this is the advantage of not being a programmer and coming into a programming. For your teachers, for your data analysts, for your dispatchers, you probably have a general idea. Even if you're, I would say, even if you're on the ground floor in a factory or retail operation, you know the process itself, the business, how they use the software already. So you have a knowledge of that. Now you're just trying to see how you can automate some steps in that process to optimize it. And now you just got to take that problem that you have and put it into coding language. That gives you a huge advantage. For you developers who already been writing code and you're struggling, step back a little bit. Look at the application. Look at the main order entry page and see, hey, what is that application doing? How is your code interacting with that application? When they hit the save button, what store procedures it run? What lines of code does it run? What is it actually doing? How does that business process relates to your code? Once you understand where things start and where things end, it focuses you in on specifically what you need to learn. And that's what you guys need, focus. A lot of you problems, especially as a beginner, you're trying to learn way too much. You're trying to get all the concepts before you even start with the small stuff, and it gets you frustrated. And even if you don't have experience programming, once you kind of know the business, you know the objects, you know the fundamentals, you know, hey, let me just focus on this and know how to read the code and eventually figure out what it's doing. And hey, this is all of the fields that once I hit save, it saves it into this database. Hey, I want to add a field here. All I have to do is just take that snippet. Okay, great. I copy and paste this, change the name, and then I change the label, and then I point it to this user field in the database. Voila, when I hit save button, I saved a brand new field to this with the code. Hey, what if I want to validate the data before it hits the database? Hey, I see it's already doing this validation right here with this field. Let me just snippet that. This is a number, it's checking to see if it's 8 values. Well, I just want to check and see if it's an @ statement in there. It's an email.com in there. Hey, I can do a little Google, okay, validation. Oh, this is something somebody already done. Let me paste that in there. Oh man, now when somebody hits save, if it's not an email address, it's not going to save to the database. It's going to give you an error. And then not an error, but it's going to make you required field, or this is description. That's the fundamentals of programming. If you guys can get that, you are golden to the races. But again, you're not focused. You need those 7 steps to get you started so that you can put yourself in a position to win, guys. I can really hit on this all day, guys, but I love to get you guys started, getting that confidence up. And it's just something satisfying about getting somebody who don't know anything about coding serviceable really quickly as a developer. And once they get that fundamentals, once they start focusing, once they put themselves in a position to win, the world is your oyster, the sky's the limit, and you can go as far as you want to, guys. So if you haven't already, go ahead and like, subscribe to my channel, all that good stuff. But mainly what I want you guys to do, check out that 7-step guide. Links are below in the description box, and also enroll in that 30-day developer course that's going to really take your skills, your career, your projects to the next level. I'll put a link to the 7-step guide here on the screen. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.